Okay, looks like the mic's been picked up. Okay, cool. Hello everyone, Joel Boy, hello, welcome to stream as always, you're nice and early as always, and El Kane, hello, how are you all doing? I'm doing pretty good, hope you all are too. I'm a bit tired, which isn't good because I've got to be up early tomorrow, but we are going to roll with and get this stream done, where we will be talking about chapter 100 and chapter 101 of Ragnarok. As far as I'm aware, has Apocalypse of the Gods come out yet? Like chapter 10. I didn't even check for the stream site if we have the translations for it yet. We do. Okay. Okay. While everyone's getting into stream, I'm gonna quickly live read this new chapter just to like see what's going on. The match is over. The winner of the second round. I won't screen share it only on the basis that we know what it's like when manga gets shared. So Wukong's winning. Cheesemo has super chatted. I wonder what it is. Body pillow. Okay. Let me finish. I'm just speed reading the news Apocalypse chat so we can talk about that as well, and then I'll do the goddamn body pillow. But just give me a minute, guys. So Wukong's not very happy about this. He's wall level because he punches the wall. That's cool. So they're bigging up the general conflict between the conflict between how Prometheus and Wukong sees friends in humanity. So it looks like we are gonna have something spicy for Wukong's fight against Ku. So we're gonna get then we're getting set for backstory. Hopefully with Buddha. Can't win anymore. We don't have to worry about Ragnarok being stopped. Okay, yeah, so it's confirmed that Prometheus was the only human-loving god here. That's good to know. Let's quickly keep up with the chat just while I'm quickly blitzing through this. Simo better kill the simp. Yeah, you know me, I think Simo's winning this, but we'll see. W Goatmo. So Seth, I've made some new Record of Ragnarok matchups in Discord to have 13 matchups in total. I don't know if it's going to affect my ranking, but I went 13 matchups of the tournament. I'll make sure to have a look at that. Skeleton's Rose, hello, welcome. I'm just quickly reading Podcast of the God chapter 10, just quickly, because I didn't realise it was out yet. So we can talk about that as well. The kidney shot. Yeah, we're going to talk about Simo's moveset, because it's very interesting. Excited to see Wild from Berserk fight Leviathan. Oh wait, have we got the design of Bellial then? Does it look insane? Okay, let me quickly read this bit then. Transformation service is oh, so Wukong's journey was all about saving for humanity. Okay, that's giving good context to the previous stuff. I'm surprised we're getting so much of Wukong's backstory stuff after the round. I feel like some of this would be better in the round, but Oh, it's interesting though because they said he never meets an opponent that could an opponent or he was bored. So maybe he doesn't ever meet Buddha. Maybe he hasn't actually. Maybe that's not Record of Ragnarok canon. Do you think Buddha would be an interesting opponent for him? God, we're getting so much Wukong stuff after the round. Sorry for the bad commentary. I just want to really get this blitz through quickly. God, why is Wukong getting so much characterization? This is insane. What? Why is Wukong back here? This is insane. Oh, this is awesome. So Wukong just by like walking and punching a wall has a complete 180, and I want to say Thematic. I am loving this. Wukong has so far having the best development of like any character so far. It's a shame his design's so bad. Which does make him mirror Buddha a lot, because he is, betraying the gods in a way. Only 4 more pages. So this, I assume, is Bellial then. Yeah. Okay, so Bellial... Yeah, so Bellial's the mystery god that we saw a while ago. But it's interesting that Bellial's, like, setting up... Because there's no way Bellial's actually going to ever fight Son Wukong unless both of them end up in the finals. But okay, sorry. I've read the chapter now, so I'm up to date. So sorry, let's get to chat, and then I'll get our body pillow. Wukong pulls a Buddha. Some using the power of kidney stones. Where'd you read the chapters? I just went on the Reddit and clicked like one of the pinned links. I always come up with Volunds for the humans I use and the basic themes around it. All very interesting. Not gonna lie, I feel like if we get a draw, this is the highest chance. Yeah, I will talk about that because I got a cool idea of how the draw could happen. But I'll talk about it in a minute. Belial looks more like Tiger Nico. He genuinely does. Ultra Divide Deem 100% removal. Also, good news, I'm getting my autism diagnosis meeting in around a week. Very congratulations, Joe boy. I hope it, goes well. Anime Monarch, hello, welcome. Yeah, the almighty draw is going to happen. The reason I think the draw could be cool is, think about it this way. We know that Simo's bullets uses organs. And one of the most poetic, especially considering Loki's like fighting out of love and shit, one of the most poetic things he could do was turn his heart into a bullet. But obviously we need the heart to, live. So the final shot, like Simo's final like kill shot, could be using his heart, where he kills Loki with it, but then as a result he dies because he hasn't got his heart. I think that could be like very like poetic and thematically relevant if he like uses his heart at the end. But we'll see. Is this camera even worse than usual? Maybe a little bit. Okay, let me get that body pillow then. Oh, okay. Okay, where were we? I find it weird that Loki is still underestimating humans after everything that happened in the tournament. Yeah, it's true, but then, the MO of the gods is being prideful arseholes, so in that respect, it's not too bad. I don't know why the camera's quality so terrible today. Like, it's genuinely awful. It's not usually this bad, is it? Okay, I need to move that to, like, airish. Is that better? People see that now? How many more parts for Ragnarok ends? I mean, assumably, well, it's going to be a video per round. So, we're on round 5. And it's going to be 14 rounds. 9. We got 9 more videos. Okay, it's gonna take a while. I really need to get cracking with round 6. To be honest with you, Wukong will lose. I mean, he might not. Actually, no. Well, yeah, he definitely will lose. He'll definitely lose before the final. Like, could he theoretically make it to the finals? Sure. But he's definitely going to lose because, Ragnarok happens. So all these people saying that trust Wukong's good at solo, he clearly isn't. Bellial got that Leonidas intro. He definitely does. He is just very angry for no reason, a bit like Leonidas. They tried to capture Buddha's design for Wukong, but executed it not so good. Yeah, I definitely agree with that. Record Ragnarok fans, when their deadbeat dad faces CPS, is a human versus God move with thematic connection. Ooh. Simo going to pull a FNAF and remove his frontal lobe. That's a good thing, though. It's how many more organs can Simo remove? Because, how long could you live without your liver? I feel like most of these organs, if he removes them, he would just die very, very soon. Obviously, brain and heart would be, just death. He could remove a lung, but he couldn't remove both lungs. Could he do his skin? That's an organ. Now we understand the clone ability. Yeah, it's a very OP ability. It's a very overpowered ability. I wonder if Simo's ever going to pull those chains out that he used early in the manga. I'm curious if they're going to come out. It is a very overpowered ability, especially when it's not like the copies lose power. These copies, if he just makes one Thor, one Odin, one what's the word? Heracles. They are as powerful as the real thing. It's a bit unclear if they can use their abilities. We haven't seen any of the Heracles clones use what's the word? Any of the labors or anything. I imagine they can't, and it's just pure brute strength, which is probably why he chose Heracles and Thor, because they're physically powerful. But it's kind of weird because is there a time limit on it, on the basis that we've seen Loki physically touch Heracles during round 4. We see him touch Odin during earlier in the round, earlier in the fight. I don't know if we ever saw him touch Thor on thing, but if there's a time that I feel like he's touched other gods. I feel like he could have touched Zeus pretty easily. So I'm curious if he's going to summon other gods, or these are just going to be the 3. I do think it's heartbreaking that Ares started crying when he saw Heracles again. That's just kind of cruel on Loki's part. Also, what's it called? Also, we finally got some clarification on how Volunds work. AKA, Volund and shared destiny are different things. In that, because they're the only things that should be able to damage a god is a divine weapon through Volund, or a human's body due to a line fate. So that genuinely does mean that we were correct in our speculation that without a Volund you can't damage the gods. Their physicals aren't strong enough. They need the Valkyrie bonded with them in order to do that. Now, is there some issues there's Adam and the snake? I don't think that's an issue because it's Adam. I don't see any issue with Adam being able to fight God because Adam is made in God's image. I think it's different. Then you have Qin Shi Huang, who he killed Chi Yu. Could you argue Chi Yu wasn't an actual god? Maybe that could be the argument there. But Qin Shi Huang does kill a god without Volund or shared destiny. But I'm how what's the word? I lost my train. But anyway, it's nice to be clarified that we have some clarification here, which is good. Because we've been arguing about that for a while. Why does the black guy in Wukong's packs really like Blade? Yeah, Emma does look a lot like Blade. I wonder if where is it? I wonder if people left the stream when they see Bring the Body Pillow. They might, but if anyone's been here long enough, they probably know that that's just part of the stream. And it's just Chismo. Chismo doesn't even Chismo comes in, he does that, and then do you dip from stream? Are you even still here? Honestly, love that we got a reaction from Jack about Heracles. Oh, I love that. The bit where he was genuinely angered by it. I love that. That was great. I think Jack's a very underrated, like, spectator. Like, we get him quite often, but, like, no one really talks about how good of a spectator is. Now, is Qin Shi Huang going to show up and actually spectate? Who bloody knows? But I really enjoyed Jack's comments. Do you think the copies have emotions? I feel like it's a no, but just wondering. I guess I'd imagine not. Because I feel like maybe Jack would have commented on it if he did, but they definitely could. Also, do you think Loki uses his ability to have some fun with the doll? I don't, maybe. Like, I don't think Loki ever used his copy ability to make, like, a Brunhild clone or anything like that. I don't think he would have done that. I feel he's too much, like, he's a simp, but I feel like he respects Brunhild to an extent that he wouldn't do something like that. 1 minute, gotta let the dog out this time. My new ideas for rounds are Shakespeare versus Hippocrates, Barris versus Leonardo da Vinci, and Sun Tzu versus Kratos. Very interesting. Barris versus Leonardo da Vinci. It could be very cool. Sun Tzu versus Kratos. Yeah, there's some good ones. I don't know about the heart fury though. Simo doesn't seem to use the entire organ for the bullet because it shows a few big bites off of his kidney, not completely removed it. I thought when we saw, let me go back and check the chapter. I thought when we saw the kidney, it was like the kidney was like imploding in on itself and vanishing, like imploding in itself, like condensing down into a bullet. That's why I remember it looking like. Maybe it was just like stuff getting bitten out of it. Let me quickly have a look at the chapter. That's what I assumed it was. But I think it also just said he used up his whole organ to do it. Let me find it. Was it chapter 100 or chapter 101? I think it's chapter 100, right? No, it's chapter 101. Let me quickly find it. It's like his bullets are overpowered as hell though. Can we admit that? Like being able to like do a buckshot as a snipe is pretty insane. I do find it weird that he needs these special bullets because like they're like, oh yeah, the weapon, like the Volund is the gun, so it can't damage him. I'm like, yeah, but surely part of the Volund could be the bullets. It's like Jack's like ability lets him turn stuff into divine weapons. So it's kind of funny to me. I feel like the bullets being part of the Volund isn't that insane, but I guess it is. No, yeah. If you look at, let me quickly screen share. Yeah, if you look here, like, so he first of all, like, the kidney starts to like condense down, and then down, and then it implodes into like a bullet shape, and then it flings it out of his butt. Oh no, it goes up his arm. I remember that thought came out his butt. It goes up his arm and then that and then to his gun. So yeah, it is the whole organ being used up. Like it's just shrinking down into like a little bullet. So yeah, he is using up the whole organs, which definitely limits what he can actually do. Also, like, how can he do this? Like, why can he do this? Why can he do that? Because like what I assume, because I assume the Volund, his Volund is what allowed. That's like the Volund's ability is to exchanging your organs for bullets, I guess. But like, it's pretty weird, like that he could do this. Yeah, it's a very weird ability. I don't really get where he's getting it from, but who knows? You think Simo will use his SMH? What, shake my head? What? Simo will use his ball? SMG. Oh, it's SMG. Probably not. I imagine just stick to a sniper. I was about to say SMH. What are you talking about? And their themes are man who uses hard like those gods who is mute to silent. I assume that's for Where are your things? Where are your things? Where are your things? Shiva versus Brasseries, I see. God of Destruction versus Mana Creation makes sense. And Art of War versus God of... I love that moniker. The Art of War versus the God of War. That's pretty cool. Because my favourite, Charles Darwin vs. Cthulhu. Yeah, Charles Darwin vs. Cthulhu sounds awesome. Sim has 76 organs now. Oh no. He could just get a transplant probably. I mean, yeah, he could get a transplant, but like, he's in a fight. Like, how long can you survive that liver? Like, let's have a look. Because I feel like you die pretty quickly. Like, it's not like, well, yeah, it says it's not possible to live without a liver, as I thought. But like, how long? How long? Okay, in all fairness, acute liver failure can be fatal in days, weeks, or months. I guess that's still different to losing the liver, but maybe the liver isn't as bad as we thought. Okay, fair enough. He's also lost a kidney, but he has another one of them anyway. But I'm curious what other organs he's going to be taking out. Because as soon as he takes out stuff like the stomach and the gallbladder and stuff like that, like he's really ruining his body. The fact that he is like sacrificing organs, it definitely bigs up the idea of the draw. It either bigs up the idea of the draw on the basis that he's probably not going to survive this match. But it also could mean he loses. Even if he wins, like, he'd be like really crippled for life. Well, I don't know if he... I think, like, it'd be insane that he doesn't die. Like, again, like, a lot of the organs are very critical. Like, there's obviously organs he can get rid of. But, like, as soon as, like, he... Like, the brain and the heart are, like, the big ones. But, like, even if he loses, like, a single lung, he's going to really be, you know... What's the word? He's really going to be, in, like, a world of pain and, like, really, like, nerfed. Yeah, it's just interesting. Loki deceives the gods. God, I'm well behind. Where are we up to? Loki deceives the gods. He seduces them. Looks like some of Loki's freaky mythological history is canon. Yeah, man's a freak. How many chapters do you think this round will be? I'm gonna hope we get to 10. I'm gonna say 10. I think this could be a quick round though. Like, it wouldn't surprise me because they're like, Simo is like already coughing up blood. I can imagine how mad Jack is. Not gonna lie, he's definitely still hiding most of his anger from seeing Heracles. Oh yeah, I think Jack is like really not impressed by this at all. I know it's explained how the ability works, but I don't think we know if they are as strong as the originals. Yeah, I wouldn't say they're like 100% strong, but like they're implied from what is said about like how he creates like them and like him distributing the power. It seems they are about as strong, at least physically. Loki transformed to force, so I think he can turn to wherever he can summon. Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me if like his transformation ability is also tied to like what he's touched. So if he's touched something, he can transform into it as well. This round should be pretty long because of the nature of it. Yeah, you'd hope so. It doesn't necessarily mean it will be. It's just like how the thing is like Simo. There's only you got to make the round interesting. So for a longer round, like Tesla for example, round 8's long, but that's because Tesla has so many different abilities he's throwing out throughout the match. Simo's a sniper, so and he's already done a buckshot. So there's not that much. There's only so much you can do with Simo without them going into close combat. So it's just if they can, how interesting they can keep the fighting. Because sniping matches generally aren't as interesting because there's not any choreography. There's not fight choreography to it. So Loki's going to have to be throwing out a lot of cool abilities here. Because I feel he's going to have to do the heavy lifting in like cool stuff. Whereas Simo's like just going to be sniping a lot of the time. So if you want the match to be long, it's got to be interesting the whole way through. That's my 2 cents. Darwin vs. Cthulhu could have a cool moment where Cthulhu shows up and towers over the arena and Darwin just looks up at him and goes, "So what the hell did you evolve from?" That would be pretty funny. He probably uses a part of an organ for a bullet. As for the Reaper contract, it's going to be dependent on if it's innate ability of the Valkyries. If it's his Valkyries may have healing. Yeah, if he's got healing from his Valkyrie, that would be good. But given like his whole like thing of like this is atonement for, you know, killing people in the war, I don't think he would let himself heal even if like it was an ability he had. And he's part of his organ for a bullet. No, it is as we checked a minute ago. I assume this comment was made before we checked. Yeah, it is like a whole organ for a bullet. Bro, they swapped studios for the anime. Did they? Awesome. Is it a better studio though? That's the question. Fury, the demon fighting Chin isn't a god. God/demon god like Bellial and Beelzebub, so it might be that something has to be a deity to be harmed by divine weapons. Yeah, I think that's like the only real explanation for that. I mean, Shiyu is called a god, but like in a text box. So who knows? I don't know. It's unclear. Ragnarok version of Loki is kind of freaky, not gonna lie. He definitely is a freak. While he's gone, let's worship the body pillow and his cat. Loki's one night into the door. I'm so no, I'm so lonely. Bro, it's not a conquest. Looks like it shrinks into a bullet. Yeah. Cheese mode money. And Shakespeare versus Abracarites would have a cute moment at the end where Abracarites loses, but in his final moment can speak again and thank Shakespeare, who solemnly walks away. Nah, I feel like Shakespeare would like Fortnite darts on it, but Shakespeare seems like he'd be that kind of guy. Not gonna lie, I feel like Loki's ability is probably the most useful ability in day-to-day basis, like clean the house and make it work. Yeah, Loki's ability is well OP. Like a lot of like OP abilities aren't that useful. Like in mangas and stuff, aren't useful for like most days today because like they're usually combat focused. But like his ability is just really, really strong. Wasn't the bullet the Volund? No, his guns the Volund. It might be the gun's ability. It's probably the gun's ability that allows him to turn his organs into bullets. But like that isn't like the Volund. The bullets aren't the Volund. They are literally made from his organs. God, I can imagine how painful it would be. Yeah, it must be horrible. I can't wait for skinless Simo. If Simo got rid of his skin, that would be baller. Simo using his balls as bullets. That would be pretty funny. Does this recent reveal about how Volund's shared destiny thing work change your interpretation of the last punch you did to Apollo? It doesn't change my... Well, no, it reinforces my idea. Because my interpretation of it was that final headbutt... that final punch was, Leonidas without any godly power, still landing a punch. Just watch, like, the end of my Ram 9 analysis. I've been on the train for a while that the Volund does give you the ability, like, does allow the human body to harm gods. I've always been a trainer for that. I'm glad it's been confirmed. But yeah, as I say in my video, I think there is a big significance to Leo landing that with just his own human power. Again, watch the video, so... for a better explanation, but yeah, it's just reinforced my interpretation of it. Also, do you think we'll get better animation for season 3? I'm not asking for season 1, One Punch Man animation. I just want to watch what season. I'm gonna say hopefully, but if I had to bet, I'd say no. I'd rather be pessimistic about it. He has a few hours. Okay, yeah, so he's definitely gonna die. This fight is 100% gonna be a tie. I'm not gonna say that. Like, I'm not gonna say the tie is 100% at this point, but I think this is like in that, like, I thought, like, Leonidas and Apollo, that could have, like, there's a cool aspect to that because it could have been like a knockout. They could have knocked each other out at the end, or like round 10 where Okuta could have died of his injuries. But like this one does seem a little more likely, but I wouldn't bet on it. Why do I keep seeing Ares getting portrayed like a bum or an idiot? In Dan Match, he's both. He is. In Ragnarok, he's both. And in the Injustice comics, he's a bum. Is Ares a loser in mythology? Ares is one of the biggest losers in Greek mythology there possibly is. Genuinely. Let me find this thing. Let me find this. Yeah, Ares is an absolute bum in mythology. It's hilarious. Where is it? Where is it? I gotta find this now. It's very funny. Where I can't find it now. I'm trying to find that there's a myth where he gets trapped in a jar. He just ends up trapped in the jar for a while. It's pretty funny. Yeah. He's a bum. One of the most, again, I don't think this is proven, but like the general theory of why Ares is portrayed as such a joke in mythology is for basically, although the Greeks valued war for what it was, the Greeks saw they saw like the wisdom and the strategy as noble. They often saw the actual bloodshed as not great, hence why they have two war gods. They have Athena, who's very well respected, because Athena represents what's the word? She represents like the noble parts of war, the strategy, the stuff like that. Whereas Ares represented the more like actual like bad parts of war. So which Ares became a bit of a joke in mythology, because he represents the bits of war they don't actually like. So that's why that's one but the popular theories of why Ares is portrayed as such a bum in mythology. But yeah, Ragnarok was very accurate with his portrayal of Ares, because Ares is a bit of a bum in mythology. It's pretty funny. He could sacrifice his teeth, because I don't recall the chapter talking about only organs. Let's have a look. Let's have a look at what the chapter says. Yeah, no, yeah. Yeah, it's specific, like, it could be translation, but, let me screen share quickly. No, we want that one. Yeah, by using one of his organs, an organ for a bullet. So yeah, it is organs. Do the teeth count as organs? Maybe? I don't know. They could do. If they do, I think it'd be all the teeth at once. Maybe the size of the organ is affects the bullet as well, or something like that. Is the hot dog considered an organ? Sorry for the weird question, but I don't really want to look it up. Don't worry, I will look it up for you. Is the a... Well, when I type it in, it says, is the penis a bone? It is not a bone. Although, a lot of animals do have a bone in there. Yeah, it is considered an organ, so we're fine. Yeah, a lot of animals have a bone in there. The walrus has the largest penis bone in the world. It's pretty fun stuff. I've held one before. They're pretty big. He uses his nerve system. I feel like if somebody sacrificed his nerve system, he would just, die. So I don't think he's going to do that. Simo's best poker face in the verse confirmed. He's the only one that can tolerate the agony. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to the bit where, like, his mask I'm sure it'll be a big moment when his mask comes off and we see, like, the state of his face. So I'm very excited for that. Because I think that's going to be a cool moment. Anubis will never fight, let's be honest. The thing is, if it does turn out to Anubis, I don't think it'll happen. But if Anubis was just a running joke, I think it would have been funnier to have Shiva not fight. Oh, like, because, like, Shiva has the joke from, like, round 2 where he's meant to fight and he gets stopped. Imagine if up until this point, every time Shiva tries to fight, he doesn't get to, and gets to the end and Shiva never fought. I mean, that should be a hilarious running joke. It would piss people off. It would be very funny. Who do you think will win? I'm still on the Simo train. I think humanity are going to win this. Or it could be a draw. I am leaning towards a draw, but I'd still rather say Simo just wins because we know what the draw's like. It's elusive, never happens. Also, is the Q&A translated yet? I remember seeing a video saying there was a Q&A for chapter 100. Hope it's like a One Piece SBS with goofy questions. I don't know. I've not actually seen anything about this. There could well be. Is there a Q&A? Let me have a look. Not that I can't see anything about it, but it wouldn't surprise me if there was one. They're up to. Also, I got a cool crossover, Invincible and Gintama crossover, where the Viltrumites and Yatos go to war. That'd be awesome. I'm gonna be some hilarious humor there as well. It should have shot his appendix or gallbladder since it's less important than the liver. Yeah, I felt the liver was quite a big fun, but again, like if this is going to be a long round, he's got to take out a lot of organs. So I think just having the kidney and the liver first, because they're more like of the recognizable organs that most people think of, I think it just makes sense that like they go with those ones first just to get the ability across. And then as we go through, he'll use more and more obscure organs. Leo Strong, he is. Imagine if Simo could control his bullets as an alternative ability like Curve or Ricochet. That would be very cool. I guess the only issue is it kind of would lessen his skill as a sniper if he could literally move the bullets. I think it's a lot cooler when he still has to snipe properly, because that like bigs up him being a sniper. Imagine if One Punch Man animation gets worse and worse with each season. I mean, from what obviously the season 3 like promo video thing we saw was made separate to season 3 for some reason by one guy, which is just so dumb. Why the fuck anyone ever decided to do that, I don't know. But it looked flipping awful. So season 3 might genuinely look worse than season 2. It would not surprise me. Not gonna lie, Ares is one of the cutest characters in Ragnarok, even though he's like 8 foot tall. Ares is like one of the best characters. He genuinely is. He just gets Emperor Stand from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. Ares got kidnapped by where we're up to. Ares got kidnapped by 2 Cyclopses by accident. Nobody cared. absolutely impeccable. Yeah, Ares is just a bum in mythology. People were speculating on Simo being a situational fighter, but with his recent ability reveal, I don't think it's fair to say he'd be at least, as if not more deadly, where he's fighting in just our regular arena. I think Simo would be very good. I kind of hope there's more reason to Loki choosing this arena than just big arena helps me more, because I don't know, it still feels like he's giving Simo a big advantage here. Did you say he's a trap in a jar? Not gonna lie, I'm having hope for a good animation for season 3 of One Punch Man. I mean, in theory, it should be good. They've had long enough, but I don't know. I feel like this is the only stream where we actually talk about the chapter. Well, it might be because we have 2 chapters, so we've got double the content. So in theory, we should have double to talk about. And usually we only make it about 15 minutes in before we go. And we've about doubled that. So it makes sense. I don't like why it's buffering. What are you buffering for? Is it just on my end that it's buffering, or is it actually buffering? I'm not going to be impressed if we're buffering already. Well, it might be perfectly fine for you guys. For me, it's showing it's buffering, so I just want to double check everything's still working before I go ahead and continue answering chat, because I don't want to miss off anyone's questions. Let's have a look. Okay, no, it is just on my end. Okay, fair enough. That's good. I feel like they're pretty big, Seth 2025. It's not even like an out of context clip, because I was talking about walrus penis bones. Is the organ billet pain considered a point towards endurance or dura? I'd say endurance, like him resisting the pain. It's not really dura, because like he is still like coughing up blood and bleeding out. Also, I know it'll take a few more months, but you're about to reach 20k. I hope it doesn't take a few more months. Honestly, the grind from like 19k to 20k has been awful. I just don't think, none of my recent videos have like done particularly well view-wise, so I think that's just like means there's not many new people coming in subscribing, so I think that's why it's been such a grind to 20k. But thank you in advance. We are soon going to be at 20k. Next week's Monday's video is a Baki video. After so long, I'm finally getting back to Baki. I'm finally folding and making a Baki Rayhem video about Jack. I'm still like not completely convinced that like I know what Jack's arc is here, because Jack's arc's really weird. Basically, I just made a video recap, like talking about Jack's progress so far and what like kind of like a little bit of what I expect from the fight with Hanayama. I wish I was almost brave enough to put at the end of the video that I think Hanayama is going to beat the shit out of Jack and humble him and teach him a lesson. I'm not 100% confident that will happen. I'd like to think it will, because Jack is definitely on the right path, but Jack is like, he's kind of switched like his fixation on like wanting to kill Yujiro to now fixating on victory. And like so much of like New Grappler Baki is about of like New Grappler Baki and just stuff like that is about why you shouldn't fixate on victory, and like the fight itself is what's important, not the winning. So it does seem like Jack is like not lining up with what is pure in the series, but then Yujiro literally calls him pure. So again, I'm a bit confused with what the hell Rayhead's writing for Jack is in this arc, but I've made a video talking about it, so that's going to come out and hopefully that's going to do well. I don't think there's going to be a video on April Fool's. I unfortunately, because I kind of forgot it was a thing till like yesterday, and I've not planned anything. Maybe I'll get something out, but just a heads up, there might not be anything on Tuesday, sadly. And I haven't got the weekend to work on it because I'm away at a con this weekend, so... but yeah, Jack video coming up on Monday. It's going to be a good one. Like imagine Umibozo versus Nolan, Hosen versus Frag, Abato and Kamui versus Conquest. Abato and Kamui versus Conquest would be awesome, and they're just tearing into each other. I think scaling wise, I think the Yato might just lose, but it would be very fun. Imagine if he accidentally shot his brain. I think he chooses what he sacrifices, so I don't think he would choose his brain. Ares the goat. Ares is the goat. Also, I know I'm terrible for thinking it, but imagine Anessa tries to do with Kamui what she did with Mark. Oh no! And pushes him into his Yato rage state. Deal, that's awful. Simo shooting one of his eyes may be a big moment. Oh yeah. Yeah, I feel like near the end of the round, I'm still confident his final bullet will be his heart. But the eye could be a big one. An eye could be like his penultimate one, because like the eye is really going to be detrimental to him further fighting as well, but it might like be one of the last things he can sacrifice without just killing himself. More like 7 deadly frames fall off. Do you think Raiden has kids he doesn't know about? Oh, most definitely. He might. Some of those ones he was sleeping with before the round are probably going to end up pregnant. And Mutsu can fight Tula, because girl boss, I guess. I always forget Mutsu's at Yato. It always astounds me that, like, up until the reveal, I never considered it. When, like, it seems so obvious when you look at Mutsu. She just looks like a Yato. Is the organ... we've done that one. Where are we up to? What are we up to? Ares in Myth, biggest bum, meanwhile in the Ragnarok fandom, greatest of all time king. Yeah, because he's the GOAT. Watch the fight turn to Corolla versus Hisoka at the end. It genuinely could do. I don't think Ragnarok's like writing would like, it's too complicated. Like anything approaching that scale would be way too complicated for Ragnarok, but it would be fun. Should be just fine for me. Yeah, I'm just paranoid because we know how much streams like to fall apart. Did you see the thumbnails I made for the rounds of Eschaton on the server? I did briefly. I need to have a proper good look. Let me have a quick look. See, I did have a brief look at them. Yeah, they look cool. Some sick artwork for some of these. I think my favourite looking one was... Oh, there's one I really liked. Was it that one? Jacob and the Raven. I just like the concept. I felt that one looked cool, but they all look very, very cool. Wouldn't a small arena still help Loki? He can get to Simo quicker, and it would make Simo use his organs faster. Obviously, Loki didn't know that the ability would be. We know. I think it was more just the logic of a big arena would allow for just him to overwhelm with clones. But yeah, small arena would like give Loki Simo less room to maneuver. I don't know. It seems a bit weird, but I think it's just a reason given so that we can have a snowy arena. I find it interesting that Jack has so much knowledge on guns, especially since he's a knife guy. Yeah, I guess it's like he's been in heaven. Like again, with the older fighters, you think how long they've been dead, and assumably you can just learn about stuff because like Leo was like wearing like modern military gear and stuff. So assumably he's been like studying like tactics throughout the year, and like I feel like Jack would go out of his way to like learn stuff like that. Simo is now my favorite fighter so far. Somehow he beat Jack, Tess, and Leonidas in the span of 3 lines. Simo, I need to see more of Simo's backstory and more of him from a character arc point of view. But I could definitely see him being up there. Have you seen that Baki video game that's coming out? I've seen glimpses of it, but I've not like probably looked into it. Hanima vs Jack is finally happening after so long. Yeah, it is. I really hope Hanayama humbles Jack here. I really do. And it's not like I'm a Jack hater. Like Jack is in my top. Like I'd say my favorite Baki character is Baki himself. I don't know. My top 4 characters kind of like interchange, and that would be Baki, Yujiro, Jack, and Hanayama. I think those 4 kind of interchange. Katsumi would be number 5, or would Emi be number 5? Emi or Katsumi would be 5, but those 4 ones like orientate around my top 4. So like I still love Jack. I just want Jack to have a clear character arc that doesn't like forsake the writing of previous parts, because like Jack's whole thing is then Jack goes against everything the series kind of like says is correct. Like there's obviously the artificial versus natural strength that's like bigged up since like chapter 1, and like Jack's like the ultimate example of artificial strength. Jack also like fights, like Jack also doesn't care about the individual matches, just the end goal. Obviously by the end of the series, Baki learns, you know, it's about the fight itself, not about the result. And then Jack's also fighting for revenge. He has like an external reason to fight, which, you know, you're not meant to have, with like Baki basically just completely like not caring about his revenge by the end of the series. So Jack like is like the complete opposite of everything the series values. And he is moving away from it, but then he is also like doing stuff but he's also embodying some of the stuff the series still thinks is wrong. So I just find it a bit weird how he's being written, but I think it is gonna coalesce in one big character arc. So I have faith. I'm curious where it's going. Hanyo versus where? What do you think of the Pickle rematch? I really enjoyed the Pickle rematch, only because the Pickle rematch really reinforces my belief that, you know, Jack has got an arc here. Because if you notice, like, yeah, Jack won the match, but like he didn't beat Pickle. Pickle was fine. Pickle just was like, oh, this was pretty fun. Pickle learned from Baki the idea of, you know, enjoying the fight itself, not the outcome. Like, because obviously Pickle used to only fight to eat, and then Baki taught him to fight to have fun. And it was quite clear in the match against Jack that Pickle had fun. Pickle had his fill, and so he left the fight. He gained out of the fight what he wanted to. Like, him to Pickle, like, the winning or losing didn't matter. It was just having fun. But Jack didn't have that. Jack's pure goal in that fight was to eat Pickle's face, to show that I'm the one I'm not food like you thought I was. I will eat your face. It was purely to prove a point. Like, Jack fighting Pickle wasn't for the fun of it. It was to prove a point. And so Pickle doesn't give a shit. Pickle doesn't care about this point. It's why Pickle came out of the match looking so good, because he didn't care, but Jack was fixated on it. Jack even called the match before it actually ended. Like, he said, I've won this. And they make a big deal about it in the next chapter. So it's like, that seems to me to be really honing in on the idea that Jack is weirdly fixated on praise from winning, and like winning. There's like multiple, there's like 7 pages throughout Reihen so far that have just talked about this. So it's definitely a key point of Jack's character, is that he is obsessed with victory itself now, rather like not fighting, whereas Pickle has actually learned to enjoy fighting. So I think I really enjoyed the match. I think it has such interesting implications to Jack's arc, especially when it basically just shows Pickle like basically being like, you know, I've like, Pickle has stayed consistent with the arc he learnt back in Baki, Son of Ogre, and this seems to be a critique of Jack. So I'm really enjoying it. And I think the fight itself was really cool, like the actual fight part. I could talk about like Baki for so long. Who would Gon fight if he was in Ragnarok? Who would Gon fight? Well, Gon's not very smart. So if we're going to give Gon an interesting matchup, Gon versus Shiva I think would be pretty cool. I can see Gon versus Shiva, because that's kind of like just throwing hands, and Gon's not very good when it comes to any kind of thinking. If Record of Ragnarok gets a crossover, which series would it be? Tenkaichi would be cool. Tenkaichi would be very cool. I'd also like Baki. I think Baki would be cool. Like, if we're talking like bringing human fighters in to fight, those would be my options. I honestly haven't seen some of your other videos just because I haven't seen the series you cover. Yeah, that's completely fine. It's I think it's one of the reasons why the channel grows quite slow, is I cover a lot of series and a lot of them don't really share fan bases. Like, I say like Record of Ragnarok and Baki, for example, I'd say they share a fan base. But like, I feel like Monogatari and Record of Ragnarok do not share fan bases at all. So because I just talk about all the shows I like, it does kind of like split up my audience a bit, where like not everyone watches every video, and so it means that some videos don't perform well, which kind of like tanks me in the algorithm a bit. But like, I enjoy making the videos, and that's more important to me than the views. Obviously I appreciate the views, but like, it's more important to me like making videos I want to make. Imagine if Hunter just goes bye-bye before he could make a plan. Where I just realised, is life just naturally immortal in Record Ragnarok? Because while they can age, we've never seen anyone die from it specifically. I feel that you can die from age. I feel there's probably something that never gets addressed. Eri solos every verse. Hell yeah, he does. Adam will come back to life, trust me. I mean, he's dad, so he might, but God, I would hate it so much if Adam comes back. If like any of the dead fighters come back, I really wouldn't be very... I'm not saying it's impossible to do it in a good way, but I feel it very difficult to see how it could be positive. I've got to let the cat out as often as the case. Any special arenas for Ragnarok? Round. Oh, which round? Jupiter versus. Oh God, who's Jupiter fighting? He's fighting. Oh, what's his name? Oh, what the hell's the guy's name? Hannibal. Hannibal versus Jupiter will have one. That's very cool. I think Gilgamesh's round's gonna have one. I do need to like put some more in, but like next round doesn't plan to have one. But I guess I could do. Leo versus other frauds. Adam coming back would make me cry. He reminds me of how hard my own father sacrificed to make sure me and my siblings have a good life. I mean, it'd be very emotional for sure. Which humans would Apollo beat, and which humans would he lose to? The thing of Apollo is like a real glass cannon. Like he is like very undurable. From what we've seen, could he beat? Like I don't see him beating Lubu. Because Lubu has the range of Sky Eater, so I just don't think he has a chance there. Adam, I think, packs him up pretty easily. Sasaki, like end of round Sasaki destroys. Beginning of round Sasaki, I still think's got this on the basis that Apollo is a bit of a showboater, so I don't think he's going to go full out, and you kind of need to go full out from the start before Sasaki traces you. Jack, I think he beats Jack if it's in the open arena in London. I think Jack packs him up pretty easily. I don't think he has a... Does he have a chance against Raiden? Because Raiden's a very similar type of fighter to Leonidas. You could argue Raiden's... Is Raiden more skilled? Because like Leonidas' big thing is Leonidas just couldn't hit Apollo. His footwork was too good. He was too good at dodging. Would Raiden be able to hit him? I guess Raiden has Yatagarasu, which is a range attack, so maybe. I feel he might beat Raiden. I think it's just a bad matchup for Raiden. But it depends how close. Like Raiden was like almost outsped Shiva, so maybe it's hard to say. 6 would be Buddha. I don't think he's got a chance against Buddha. Tesla, I don't seem to having a chance against Tesla. Leonidas, we saw how that went. Although it's a very, obviously, like nearly every round, it's a very hard fight. Okuta's too fast. I think Okuta will just get in there and just cut him to pieces. Simo, we've not seen enough from yet. That's what I'd probably say. Man, the current Tenkaichi is awesome. Yeah, I'm really enjoying it, this current round. I feel like the guy I want to win isn't going to win, but we will see. Also, what alien race would you rather belong to? Yatos from Gintama, Viltrumites from Invincible, Saiyans from Dragon Ball, Kryptonians from DC. Kryptonians, all the way. Because, like, if it's just like right now I just turned into any of those races, Kryptonians, because with a Saiyan you've got the issue of the Ozaru transformation. The Yatos and Gintama have the rage. The Viltrumites don't necessarily have any kind of like thing, but Kryptonians are just stronger and have more ability, so you'd rather be a Kryptonian. If let's like talk about being on this in their part of their society, again Kryptonians, because they are not. It depends on the iteration, but like they're generally not a war like they're not like a horrible society where the Yatos kind of are a warrior race. The Viltrumites are just like literally oppressors of the universe. And the Saiyans are awful. So Kryptonian either way. Apollo could solo most of the roster simply with his arrows of light. I don't think there is any character other than Zeus, Adam, and Tesla that could dodge that. The problem is that with his arrows is that he doesn't do it straight away. And so if he gets beat first, like, yeah, he takes a while to get to it. So yeah, once if he pulls them out, they probably can't be dodged. But it's also like how, like, for example, like, could you close the distance before they kill you, for example? Because even the ones that Leo didn't dodge, like, didn't kill him instantly. So, I don't know. Fun fact of the stream, the new Snow White movie has a lower score on IMDb than Dragon Ball Evolution. Incredible stuff. Absolutely incredible. I'm not going to be going seeing it, so you won't see a review on the channel. Man, the current fight... Oh, yeah, we've done that. One of my favourite Ragnarok cross-verse matchups. I thought of lately is Susanoo versus August from Asura's Wrath. I'm familiar with the game. I have not. I know a bit about the game. I don't know enough to comment on this August guy. But it probably would be cool. The new Snow White movie has a 1.5 and Dragon Ball Evolution has 2.5. What does Madam Web have at the moment? Because that's my benchmark. Because Madam Web is a great movie. Is this an IMBD? Come on, please, Madam Web be higher. It'd be so funny. It'd be so funny. Come on, Madam Web. Come on, higher score, higher score. We got to beat 1.5. What? Madam Web is a 4. I mean, this is insane. Okay. And Madam Web is an absolutely atrocious movie. What's Craven got out of curiosity? Crunton. The Crunter himself. What does Craven have? Craven's got a 5.4. Insanity. Loki might be top 3 or 5. I have a hard time imagining majority of the other fighters handling 100 plus gods at once, regardless of how weak the gods in his army are. Yeah, Loki's ability really makes him seem like a powerhouse. I've always said I think Loki's going to be a lot stronger than people think, but he might be, even stronger than I thought. Also, thoughts on the Minecraft movie. I haven't seen it yet. Is it even out yet? When is the Minecraft movie coming out? Minecraft movie UK release date. I will be going to see it. It releases next week. It releases next Friday, a week from today in the UK at least. I'm basically the same as the rest of the internet, where the first trailer dropped, thought this was looks awful, looks absolutely terrible, lots of jokes. But as we've seen more of the movie, I feel we're getting Stockholm syndrome because it looks as bad as it always has. But I just see having Jack Black just say just random stuff from the game with a weird voice over and over again is quite enjoyable. I feel like me and my mates, when we go see it, we'll probably bring some booze to the cinema, and we'll probably we'll do a sip every time Jack Black just names a random thing from the movie. A random Minecraft thing. I think it'd be pretty funny. So I'm optimistic. I don't think the movie's going to be good, but I think it might be fun. And that's what I'm looking forward to. Where did the whole fraud thing come from Leo? Leo's fraud thing came from a couple things. Number one, everyone thought beforehand he was going to be the strongest human fighter. They thought he was going to have 2 Volunds. He was going to fight in the final round. There was a lot of expectations for Leonidas as a character, and then he was nothing like that. It's also the fact that he doesn't in round 9 he barely lands any punches. He lands a grand total of 5 hits in the entire round, which isn't great. He's still in 2 punch in 1 headbutt and 1 punch he almost cripples fucking Apollo. So he punched really hard, but he just doesn't do anything particularly impressive in this round, basically. I want a floating island for Dagda versus Solomon, kind of like Iwak versus Ichibei. We definitely can do that. What are your thoughts on Dragon Ball Daima? I like Dragon Ball Daima. I do have issues with it. There's a few things I have issues with. I think it has the same issues as Super with Vegeta's development, Vegeta's characterization being god awful. I'll explain in a minute. What I mean by that is basically if you take the Goku from the end of Z, or the end of the Buu Saga, and you take Vegeta from the end of the Buu Saga, the whole point is Goku's new thing is that he doesn't care about being a defender anymore. He's just wants to enjoy fighting, aka how he's portrayed in Super, because Super's actually carries on what Goku should act like. Vegeta, on the other hand, has basically accepted that Goku's stronger than him, and has accepted that, there's more important stuff than just strength and fighting and all this. However, in Super and Daima, Vegeta's just Goku's rival again, and it completely just undermines his entire character arc in the Buu Saga. I get why they do it, because if you want Vegeta to be the secondary protagonist, his rivalry with Goku, it's just you kind of need it to make the show fun. So I get why they do it, but it just completely undermines his development in the Buu Saga. And weirdly, people moan a lot about Goku, even though how Goku acts, but that is how Goku should act. I think Goku being so ignorant and being an idiot, that is just bad writing, and that shouldn't really be a thing. But his being this battle whore the whole time, I think is very consistent with it. So I think that characterization, I think Piccolo does nothing in it. I don't know why Piccolo's even in Daima, because he does nothing basically. I like Goku in it. I thought it was fun. I think it was just a fun show. Super Saiyan 4 was really cool. Like plot wise, like lore wise, it doesn't really make any sense he has this, considering like he doesn't use it on Beerus. It's just kind of weird, but I enjoyed it. I think Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta's cool. Again, Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta, again, I think thematically is dumb because like it goes against the point. It goes first of all, it goes against the point of what Super Saiyan 3 is meant to represent. It also goes against again Vegeta's character arc. But you know, overall I had issues with Daima, but I found myself really enjoying Daima. I thought it was just a really fun time, and I just really enjoyed it. The thing is with Lu Bu is that Freds can hold Leo, who is around the same strength level of Lu Bu, so it would depend if Lu Bu can get him in close quarters. Same goes for Raiden too. Yeah, but Lu Bu's got Sky Eater. Sky Eater should just destroy Apollo. I don't see why Apollo would survive for Sky Eater. Sky Eater should just destroy him. Except Raiden doesn't have range. Yeah, with the exception of Yatagarasu, I don't see how Raiden has much chance here, because he doesn't seem much faster. Not gonna lie, being a Kryptonian would be fun, flying around everything, so no more traffic. The one thing I always find funny about like superheroes that flies, how do they know where they're going? Like, because like how? Like if I got powers now and it's like, oh, fly to like London, the biggest city near me, I could probably maybe fly in kind of the right direction, but I don't think I'd find London. Like I always find it funny they find places so quickly, because like it's very hard to navigate when you're flying. And it's shown that bladed weapons aren't as good against Apollo like bludgeon weapons do, which is why Leo had to switch to them. Yeah, but it also was the fact that like Leo just couldn't land a hit on Apollo either. Leo versus Okuta, no Volund, just the native weapons. I feel Okuta's too fast. I think that's the problem. Okuta is just too fast. Leo doesn't seem particular. Oh no, to be fair, Leo's like final charge is like really impressively fast. So maybe. I don't know. It's hard to say. I'd probably give it to Okuta though. Look up Gintama the final. Why? What do I need to look? Oh, what? Are we talking IMBD? I assume it's very high because it's a great movie. Gintama the final. I assume you're talking about IMBD. 8.5 should be a 10. What is this on about? Do you think Simo will win because he's popular? I don't think popularity has anything really to do with it, because like I'm pretty sure all the outcomes of the matches were decided before the series starts. I don't think they're making up like who wins as they go along. I think it's all planned from the start, because it kind of have to be for maybe some of like the stuff with like the Odin stuff and like the Promolder stuff that's been added. But I think generally like who fights in which round and who wins has been decided the whole time. And I don't know if they knew Simo was going to be so popular beforehand. Zerah vs Beelzebub would be a fight, considering they have very similar backstories. They are cursed to live an immortal life, creating monsters to end them. Even losing their lover from the curse could be cool. The villain in Madam Web looks like a combo of Aaron Taylor Johnson and Borat with ADR voice. It's so funny that he's the villain of that, because let me find it. Because Ezekiel Sims, the guy from Madam Web, he shows up in Spider-Verse. He shows up in the Spider-Verse movies. Like, let me just show you what he looks like in Spider-Verse. Let me find it. Let me quickly find it. It's this guy. It's this. Let me just do that. It's this guy. It's the counseling. It's the counseling Spider-Man variant. That's the villain of Madam Web. Like, why? Why? Ezekiel Sims such like a weird character to have as the villain. That whole movie's a goddamn mess. Like, and considering like how much of it's ADR'd, like so obviously. Like my favorite line in Madam Web, and it cracked when we were watching it, was there's a bit where Ezekiel Sims was just like, they stole my spider. It's just awful. Then he gets taken up by a Pepsi sign. Like it seems so obvious that like what the actual plot of the movie was before they ADR edited the whole thing into oblivion. But yeah, Madam Web's such a bullshit movie. Oh, I love Madam Web. It's so good. I hope the spunk survives, because it's very fun. Speaking of Aaron Taylor Johnson as well, me and my friends went to watch Craven. And like, we found it hilarious. Craven's better than some of the other Spunk movies. It's one of the better ones. Like, he's still very funny. And then the next week we went and watched Nosferatu, and we didn't know Aaron Taylor Johnson was in it. So literally the scene comes on, and then Aaron Taylor Johnson walks in with his giant mustache. And then me and my friends looked at each other and said, it's the Crunter. Oh, great stuff. I'm planning to watch the Minecraft movie with my little brother as an early birthday gift for him. He loves Minecraft. I hope it's good. I hope the kids like it, because it seems like it is going to be a fun movie, even if it's going to be very memey. Honestly, I just love the memes of the Minecraft movie. The Never. Flint and Steel. Yeah, I love the memes are so good. The memes are carrying it for me. Not gonna lie, I hope we get a Fallen Kingdom reference in the Minecraft movie. It'd be cool. I don't know if we will. It'd be very funny. The fact that Jack Black is attached to that movie is absurd. Yeah, it's just... You got, like, it's a blocky game. They got the roundest man. I mean, I love Jack Black. I think Jack Black's a good fit for Steve, but we will see. I think Jason Momoa is an even weirder casting in that movie, though. Like, what is he even wearing? Fun fact, according to Carfu's Dojo, Vegeta has a 50-50 win and lose-loss ratio. That is higher than I thought. I assumed he'd lose more than that. Piccolo is an aura farmer. He legit aura farmed after getting his adult body. Piccolo just aura farms. It's insane. It's like I edit for a channel called Cajun Productions. Check them out. They do good Dragon Ball like videos. And we've been doing some videos on the movies. He's been doing a series on the movies. I've been editing them for them. And oh my god, the aura farming Piccolo does in the Dragon Ball Z movies is incredible. Because he'll show up, aura farm, beat some losers, then get just bodied by the main villain, and then that's just it. He might come back at the end and aura farm some more. It's hilarious. So the Soma bullets are Mach 2. This is the JJK situation. The Simo bullets are Mach 2. This is JJK situation all over again. Either Soma's bullets are slow and Loki can easily dodge them, or the gods vary in speed wildly and Loki is really slow, or all the gods are Mach 2 plus, or Adam and Zeus are FTL. Like, to be fair, the only times FTL's ever been implied is Apollo's arrows and then Adam and Zeus. Never ever is it ever implied Speed is ever really calculatable. So I don't think it's that outrageous. JJK's isn't that bad either. I think JJK's speed being that is fairly consistent for the most part. Because even when it comes to like lightning timing, the lightning timer like feats, like there's a lot of like aim dodging you can use to explain it. Maybe like Maki dodging a bullet in season 1 kind of throws stuff out, but like, you know, maybe it's a lower caliber gun or something. I don't think it's as egregious as people think it is in JJK, to be honest with you. But yeah, it is funny. Power scalers are gonna. I just like this because it like messes with power scalers, and the power scalers are usually idiots. Superman has superhero in Goku, and the Z Fighters can sense ki, so at least it makes sense for them. Yeah, that's fair. Like, I'm just like a normal guy who's just flying around. How the hell would they know where they're going? I'm probably going to have to end stream fairly soon because I've got to go around to my grandparents for dinner. Having dinner around theirs tonight. It's going to be hopefully quite nice. So let me just smash through these last few chats and then I'll probably be ending stream. Sorry, it's only an hour and a bit, but it is what it is. Also, you're interested in the Ginpachi Sensei spin-off that's coming out next year? I'm very, very excited for Ginpachi Sensei. Have you seen Ben 10... 5 Whale by the Ink Tank? I have seen Ben 10 5 Whale by the Ink Tank. I want to like 5 Whale more than I do. I'm just not the biggest fan of it. It doesn't. I'm a massive Ben 10 fan. I've loved Ben 10 like my entire life. I love it. 5 Whale just doesn't really grip me in the way. It doesn't really tickle like what I want out of more Ben 10. Like, I really appreciate what like Kuro and the Ink Tank have done to it. Like, it's great. It is from a production standpoint, incredible. But like, I didn't like the art style much. I'm not the biggest fan of most of Kuro's like redesigns of the classic aliens. I'm not a big fan of those. And I don't mind the story, but I was never a Danny Phantom fan anyway. So I'd like to like 5 Whale more than I do, but I'm not I don't dislike it. I don't love it. It doesn't really grab me at all. Isn't Okuta with no Volund a small dying man before he died, of course? Okay, assume he's healthy. Assume a healthier Okuta. Maybe not, you know. Okay, yeah, if he's like tuberculosis ridden, then maybe he would lose. Thought the therapist Spider-Man was meant to be Uncle Ben's variant. No, it's just he talks about Uncle Ben. But like, as far as like the credits and like all that extra material have confirmed, that is Ezekiel Sims for some reason. Originally, Madam Web was supposed to be a Terminator-like movie. Yeah, it was. Like, Well, like, again, we don't know for sure, but, like, it does seem to be a lot of it is basically Ezekiel Sims isn't trying to kill the 3 Spider-Girls. He's trying to stop Peter Parker from being born. Which would make sense if he can, like, see the future, like, if he's having future visions, like, it would make more sense that the one he's trying to stop is Spider-Man. And considering that, you know, Uncle Ben and Aunt May are obviously goddamn characters, even if they don't want to say it, and that baby is obviously Peter, even if they don't want to goddamn say it, you know, it seems obvious that it's like, it was more about them having to protect, like, Spider-Man from being born. Which again makes sense why it's set in like 2003, why it's set early, because then it ties into the timeline with like an adult Spider-Man, like in like the modern movies. It's really dumb. I don't know why they changed it. Someone was like they changed it because that was going to be the plot of Venom 3, and then Venom 3's plot got changed as well, which I can see happening because it's Sony. And it wouldn't surprise me if they wrote 2 movies at the same time with the same plot and didn't realise, and then ADR'd both of them to change it. Would be quite funny. But yeah, Madam Web, I don't think Madam Web was going to be great at all anyway. Ben 10 is peak, let's be honest. Yeah, Ben 10 is great. Also, to clarify, the theme of Shakespeare versus Hippocrates was a man who's known for his speech and way of wording versus the god who is mute, and the theme is communication. Yeah, I got that. Very good. In all the fiction, what item would you like to have in real life? Ooh, that's a hard one. I'm going to think about that and ask this Chismo's last thing, but I am thinking about it. Adam has the best endurance out of any human. He had to take a whole species with only one other person. Jason Momoa's character better be revealed as Herobrine in the post-credits. Considering how much that's been memed, it'd be absolutely hilarious if that actually came out to be true. Okay, so item in all the fiction. I'm sure that's just hard. Like, the Omnitrix comes to mind, because that's very, very cool. The Omnitrix is just really, really cool. There's not any downsides for having, like, the Omnitrix. The Infinity Gauntlet's cool, if that comes with the gems, but, like, that's, like, too much power. I wouldn't want that amount of power. I feel the Omnitrix is giving you access to so many different abilities. It's probably just the best. It also has, like, a lot of, like, extra cool features. So maybe that. Maybe that. I don't know. That's a hard one. The Omnitrix would be very cool, though. I don't want to talk about the Mach 2 thing about Ragnarok, because motherfucker, it's way worse than even JDK power scaling about to be bad. Yeah, it's really bad. Power scalers are usually idiots. But they are. They are usually idiots. Have you read Convict Coliseum? I haven't read Convict Coliseum. One of my friends was talking about it. What's it even about? Better be the one I think it's... Oh, yeah, it's the Kengan Ashura thing. I said I would check that. Yeah, one of my friends was telling me about it. I definitely need to check it out. Hope you enjoy your dinner with your grandparents. Yeah, I hopefully will. Hopefully it's something nice. To be fair, as a power scaler, some of us are dumb as fuck. I'm the prime example of a dumb power scaler. Oh no, I love power scaling too. I'm always like in the power scaling community and like chatting shit. Agendas have saved power scaling. Agendas are so fun. But I agree, power scaling is dumb. Half my calcs are wrong. I personally hate using calcs in power scaling because for me, the truth of the power scaling should be trying to work out what the author thinks, how strong the author thinks. That's for me what I want to. If I'm seriously power scaling, what I want to get down to is how the author thinks, how strong the author thinks the characters are. And the author isn't pixel measuring or like measuring out how big the explosion is and stuff. So for me, what I want to find in power scaling is how strong the author thinks they are. So for example, if they did like an SBS for Ragnarok and they said, you know, Poseidon is weaker than like every other god, you know, I'd be like, okay, even if like some feats don't align with that, that's the truth. So I think with that. Did you watch the Sonic trilogy? I haven't watched all of them yet. I'm really bad for it. I just didn't watch Sonic 3 in cinemas, and I just haven't got around to watching it yet. Okay, I'll go now. See you later. Thank you, Joel Boy, for enjoying. Wouldn't the Omnitrix be calibrated to the universe? So the best thing would be like a water bear. Okay, I'm assuming I get like. Okay, number one. Mathematically, there very more likely is other alien life in the universe besides us. Now, whether that's intelligent life, because obviously the Omnitrix can only turn you into sapient life, so they've got to be like intelligent life. I guess like the cutoff is like dolphins and Vulpamancers, which is wild mutt species, and rats. Can the Omnitrix turn into a rat? So I feel like is it mouse? Is it a mouse it can turn you into? There's something else on Earth it can turn you into. It's like a mouse or something. Anyway, yeah, yeah, so I'm just we're going on the caveat that I can turn into actual cool aliens. Theory: Anubis will have an ability similar to Baragon. Could do. Could be. We're getting more like out there abilities, so I can never see it. How big is Adam Honker? For me, I usually do the idea of not using certain things from coming authors, because according to the creator of Invincible, Omni-Man would beat Superman. Well, for me, power scale, I'm talking about like within the verse, like Omni-Man beating Superman. Yeah, there's definitely versions of Superman Omni-Man does beat, but like, yeah, but that creator also said he beats Homelander, which I do agree with, so we'll see. For me, it's like it's fine trying to find what the author's intending within their own story. I also don't really scale across universes. For me, I find it kind of pointless, because as soon as you have to get like, oh, are we like if it's like JJK versus Hunter, is like Nen going to be the same thing as Curse Energy, or is it like, oh well, Bleach they can't hurt the Bleach characters because they can't see them and shit like that. So I don't really like cross verse power scaling. I like power scaling within verses. Like I love One Piece power scaling because Oda doesn't care that much about it, so it's a lot more fun. Okay, I'm going to end stream there, but I hope everyone's enjoyed that. With my mum when she was researching spiders. Yes, we'll end it on a sick Madam Web quote, and we'll